tracking Santa Claus as he heads for the inland Northwest. Now on Nightside, prime rib, potatoes, and a second chance at life. The local organization holding a dinner tonight that's about more than just the food.
So a dry Christmas Eve night, but we got more rain on the way for Christmas Day itself with much cooler temperatures looming. All of your first alert weather forecast.
You're watching 4 News Now, Nightside. Thanks for staying up with us on this Christmas Eve. I'm Hunter Bertram. Derek Dice has the night off. Well, many of us are cozy at home. Not everyone has a place to go or a meal to share, but there's hope. The Union Gospel Mission is stepping up to make a difference. They're rolling out a prime rib dinner for 300 guests tonight, and everyone's welcome. Today, Derek Strom caught up with the dedicated team behind this generous effort.
In Spokane, Derek Strom, 4 News Now.
Always amazing to see what our community does for one another. Thank you, Derek. The Salvation Army is looking for last-minute donations for its Red Kettle fundraiser, which is typically its biggest fundraiser of the year. So far, the Salvation Army says it's raised about the same amount as last year, but reports its costs are higher this year. Its food bank served more people than in previous years, especially during the government shutdown, and it hopes to bring in more funding to stock the shelves again.
This year, we are looking to crest just over $350,000 with our Red Kettles. That's 60 locations all over the greater Spokane area, and we are always so grateful for the generosity of our community.
The Salvation Army says more people have stepped up to take part in its Angel Tree program to help give children toys and clothes this holiday. If you would like to donate, you can still make a contribution online at MakingSpokaneBetter.org. And Christmas is just a few hours away, so let's check in on the NORAD Santa Tracker and see where he's currently right now. He's flying over the Northwest Territories in Canada. Over 7 billion presents have been delivered so far. Jason, I mean, come on, Santa, all those presents, 7 billion over Canada.
Pretty good.
Getting close to us. We're in tonight for Chris Crocker. What's in our forecast?
Yeah, Santa's not gonna see too much restrictions or resistance coming here. It's looking pretty nice outside.
I like to hear that.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Happy Christmas Eve. My goodness, we are, and again, scattered showers for your Christmas day. All of your full forecast that's coming up.
Thank you very much, Jason. Spokane County's Swiftwater Rescue Team has been deployed to King County to help with ongoing flood rescue efforts. The Swiftwater Strike Team is composed of firefighters from the Spokane Valley Fire Department and the City of Spokane Fire Department. The team is made up of 3 members from each department. SVFD says the team is still staged in Auburn, where multiple areas are still under close watch due to concerns of a potential levee failure. In Pennsylvania, a devastating explosion at a nursing home has killed 2 people, and at least 20 people are injured. ABC's Olivia Rubin has the latest.
Olivia Rubin, ABC News, New York.
The Department of Justice says today it's reviewing more than 1 million documents from the Jeffrey Epstein investigation. The agency says it needs several more weeks to release its complete files. The DOJ defends President Trump, who was mentioned by name in recently released documents. The agency calls some claims against Trump, quote, untrue and sensationalist, but doesn't specify which ones. One document shows a federal prosecutor saying Trump traveled on Epstein's private jet 8 times in the mid-1990s.
We are just tired of asking for just one simple thing. It is really simple. It's stop protecting these powerful men and protect the survivors.
Newly released documents reveal a 2001 police report showing authorities investigated Epstein's co-conspirator, Ghislaine Maxwell, for allegedly recruiting college students. The report says at least 2 girls complained Epstein touched them inappropriately. Emails from 2001 show someone identified as A, believed to be Prince Andrew, asking Maxwell if she had found, quote, new inappropriate friends, end quote. Virginia Giuffre claims Epstein trafficked her for sex with Andrew 3 times in 2001 when she was a teenager. Andrew denies the allegations and has not been charged with any crimes. A Spokane man is accused of intentionally starting a fire to burn down his apartment this week. It happened Monday afternoon on the 4100 block of West Rowan Avenue in Spokane. That's near the Dwight Merkel Sports Complex. 40-year-old Anthony Rungo went before a judge for the first time this afternoon. Investigators believe Rungo put a pot of oil on the stove to heat it, then left his apartment with a bag of belongings. Police say he told a neighbor the day before the fire that he had a death wish. Detectives say they spotted him outside watching the fire once it caught. It led to evacuations in the 24-unit complex. Police say Rungo lied about living there when questioned. He was charged with first-degree arson and lying to officers. Still to come, we're tracking the big man in red, Santa. We'll let you know how close he is to the inland Northwest. Plus, Jason Valentine returns with our full First Alert forecast. We'll be right back. And welcome back. Starting on Friday, the flags at all City of Spokane facilities will be flown at half staff to honor the Washington State Trooper who died in the line of duty last weekend. The Tacoma Police Department says Trooper Tara Marissa Guting was hit by a car while investigating an unrelated crash on Highway 509 last Friday. Investigators say she was thrown into the far right lane where she was hit by a pickup truck that then drove away. Police found the pickup truck yesterday, but the driver was not found. A memorial will be held for Trooper Guting this Saturday at Live Central in Tacoma. Her death marks the 34th line of duty death in Washington State Patrol history. A Spokane man is accused of intentionally starting a fire to burn down his apartment this week. It happened Monday afternoon on the 4100 block of West Rowan Avenue in Spokane. That's near the Dwight Merkel Sports Complex. 60-year-old Anthony Rungo went before a judge for the first time this afternoon. Investigators believe Rungo put a pot of oil on the stove to heat it, then left his apartment with a bag of belongings. Police say he told a neighbor the day before the fire that he had a death wish. Detectives say they spotted him outside watching the fire. Once it caught, it led to evacuations in the 24-unit complex. Police say Rungo lied about living there when questioned. He was charged with first-degree arson and lying to officers. Around the nation, growing frustration among some Epstein survivors today as the Department of Justice releases the Epstein files in phases and with heavy redactions. The DOJ today said it may need a few more weeks to finish the release of the files. Christine Cordero has the details. Welcome back. Spokane Transit Authority says the new year will bring some service changes to certain bus routes. Starting on January 18th, there will be adjusted routes in place for 9 bus lines. A part of these adjustments include changes in the morning and afternoon schedules. For the full list of routes affected, you can find them inside this story on our website at kxly.com. Washington Governor Bob Ferguson is backing a millionaire's tax on high earners, a move he says could bring in billions for the state.
We are facing an affordability crisis. It is time to change our state's outdated, upside-down tax system to serve the needs of Washingtonians today.
The proposal is separate from Ferguson's supplemental budget plan he unveiled this week because it would take several years for the revenue to come in. He says the tax could be implemented through a constitutional amendment, but he ruled out a statewide payroll tax for large companies.
I want to be clear that I will not support income tax for people who make less than $1 million in a year.
Ferguson said he would like to use that money to support families and small businesses. That includes boosting the state's working family tax credit. Ferguson also noted that he expects the plan to face legal challenges. Eastern Washington Representative Michael Baumgartner reacting to the governor's plan. In a post on X, not only is Bob Ferguson income a terrible idea. He is proposing it after already giving you the largest tax increase necessary in history, and while currently spending $100 million of your tax dollars on health care for illegal immigrants. The proposal would need approval from state lawmakers. The next legislative session begins January 12th. The new year is right around the corner, and with it comes some new laws you need to know about. First up, minimum wage workers in Washington will see a pay bump. Starting on the 1st, minimum wage will rise to $17.13 an hour. That's up from $16.66 an hour. The State Department of Labor and Industry says the bump reflects annual adjustments tied to inflation and state law departments. Now, this increase also changes the rules for who qualifies for overtime pay. Because the minimum wage will be higher, some salaried workers will need to earn more money before they can be exempt from getting paid overtime. In short, some who didn't qualify for overtime before may now be eligible. Up next, buying gold or silver or precious metals in Washington, it's about to get a whole lot more expensive. Starting January 1st, gold, silver, and precious coins will be subject to a 10% tax. Currently, they are exempt from state sales tax, but will now be treated like any other retail product, like clothing or electronics.
Kind of a niche little industry that was kind of mostly left alone. I don't think that they fully understood the ramifications of adding sales tax and a B&O tax to our business.
Curious about how much cash this new tax could bring in for the state and why some shop owners are worried? Watch Mary Sheridan's full report right now on KXLY.com. Well, Spokane area's first ever indoor BMX racetrack is just about ready for a season of winter racing. Located on Spotted Road near the intersection with Andrus Road, the facility will open up a whole new season of racing. Our Brian Neal has the story.
4 News Now. We're living in incredibly stressful times, and family dynamics are not immune to that.
Next on Nightside, holiday gatherings with family can be fun, but can also cause issues. We'll tell you the tips to avoiding holiday drama after the break.